I'm Laura Vitale, and on this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I'm going to show you how to make my Minestrone Primavera, which just means spring minestrone, but it's so good. And the great thing about this recipe is that whatever is in season, whatever is at your local farmer's market, pick it up, throw it in the soup. It's so easy to put together, about a half an hour, and it really is just one of my springtime favorites. And since spring has sprung, and I don't mean as in the date, I mean like the weather is actually, you know, it's with us. There's actually warm weather out. It's been so cold here, but now that the weather is really getting nice and warm, I went to the farmer's market last weekend, got a bunch of veggies, and I was just in the mood to cook just beautiful, colorful veggies, and I'm thrilled to share this recipe with you. Now let me take you over the ingredients so we can get started. You'll need some chicken stock or vegetable stock. I've got some fresh baby spinach, washed, dried, and roughly chopped. I've got some zucchini and asparagus chopped. I've got some celery, carrot, spring onions chopped, frozen peas that it's been defrosting here. I've got some prepared pesto, some cheese and spinach tortellini, and I've got some cannellini beans. This is 1 can that's been rinsed and drained. White wine, salt and pepper, and olive oil. Now remember, I'm just showing you what I've got in the fridge, what I would put in here, but whatever your favorite veg is, whatever your favorite canned beans are, by all means, the world is your pickle. So you use whatever you've got. Now what I have here is a large soup pot with a few tablespoons of olive oil. I'm preheating that over about medium heat. And now to that, I'm going to add my spring onions, some carrots, and my celery. Now obviously you can use a regular onion, you don't have to use spring onions, but I bought about 4 things of spring onions at the market, so that's what I'm using. They don't have as much of a strong flavor, which I like, but like I said, feel free to use whatever. And if you've got like a favorite combination, feel free to share. I would love to hear it and try it myself. So what I'm going to do is season these just a tad with some salt. Give them a stir, and I'm going to let these cook for about 5 to 7 minutes or until they become nice and translucent. Looking good. Add in my white wine. You don't have to add white wine. I just like the little extra note of almost like brightness and acidity in the background. This is just some Pinot Grigio, which is my go-to white wine when I'm cooking. I'm just going to let this reduce for about 1 minute, and then we'll be ready to add a few more ingredients. That's reduced nicely. Now I'm going to add in my cannellini beans. It just took a 14-ounce can. Rinse them, drain them, rinse them. I'm adding them in. Now I'm adding my zucchini and my asparagus now as opposed to sauteing them because I didn't want to overcook them. If I overcook them, they don't keep their color and a little bit of their texture, which I really, really happen to like. So that's why I add them at this stage. Now all I'm going to do is cover them with my stock, bring this to a boil, and we'll be ready to add in the tortellini, which, by the way, if you don't have tortellini or you don't want to add tortellini, just use some tubettini, like small pasta. You could add a handful of rice, whatever you prefer. So I'm just going to wait for this to come up to a boil, and then we'll get ready to add in the tortellini. We'll be one step closer to the finish line. My soup is up to a boil. Now the veggies have been in there for about 5 minutes with the stock. Now they're obviously not cooked long enough, but they're going to get 10 more minutes. But now I'm going to add the tortellini so that the tortellini can cook in the time it takes for the veggies to cook through. And like I said, you don't have to add tortellini in. You can add whatever you want. All I'm going to do is cook this for 10 minutes. Tortellini usually takes about 11 to 12 minutes till it's perfectly tender and the way I like it. But I'm going to let this go for 10 minutes exactly, and I will show you the last and final step. It's been about 10 minutes. The tortellini is practically perfect. Season this well with some salt and pepper. Make sure you taste it as well. And now we're going to add in the peas. These are just frozen peas. All these need to do is reheat through. And the spinach. Stir these in, and it literally takes, I don't know, a minute or so, because the peas and the spinach are already fully cooked through. Just want to wilt these down and reheat the peas, not tortellini. Tortellini is already cooked. Anyways, I'm just really excited to eat. It smells so good in here. Gonna add my pesto. Now this is just pesto. This is fresh pesto that I buy at my supermarket. Now I have been so incredibly unsuccessful in finding fresh basil around here. So if I could find fresh basil, in fact, I'm totally lying to you. I did find some fresh basil at the market, but it was about $6 for a little pack. and it would take me about 4 or 5 of those to make a batch of pesto, which it's a bit much. So just buy some, just make sure you buy from the fresh cut tub and not the jar that's been sitting in the aisle forever. All right, wow, it smells incredible. This is done. Turning this off, I'm gonna get myself a ladle, a spoon, a bowl, and get ready to dig in. Look at those colors. I love all that green. It smells so good. I'm very excited. Okay, let's give this a quick taste. This is gonna be really hot. I'm nervous, but I'm excited at the same time. I just dropped something, but I like to dip in there, take a bath. It's so good. It smells so good, and it was like, what, 20 minutes, if that? Yeah, it was about 20 minutes. Worth every second. I'm gonna go back to eating. I hope you enjoyed spending time with me. Get to the farmer's market, get yourself some fresh veggies. Go to laurainthekitchen.com to search for recipes using those up. I hope you've enjoyed spending time with me, and as always, I will see you next time. Bye-bye.